Well, I don't know if we're all getting more and more impatient, but those budget speeches seem to get longer and longer. Well, if there's one thing we can say about that budget presentation, in my experience, I think the finance minister was today in top form. He spoke, I think, with more passion and intent than I've heard him in a long time. Perhaps the single biggest aim is clearly in this budget to boost the economy by focusing on infrastructure. Investment allowance, industrial corridors, new ports, shale gas, small enterprises get a boost, capital infusion into banks, and that smart move, first ever women's bank. How much all of this will be implemented properly is another question, but that we'll look at later. At least the intent is there. Now, he started his speech by admitting that the Indian economy is challenged. Is that an understatement or not? In fact, this budget was presented in the face of two huge challenges. Challenge number one, the Indian economy is in the midst of a crisis of gloom, pessimism, and slow growth, matched only, if you ask me, by the crisis of 81, 91, and 2001. The 10-year cycle has hit us again. And the finance minister, has he done his bit to fight this latest economic crisis? That's one question we'll be asking. You can't expect miracles from a budget, but you can expect a signal or a sign of determination. The previous three crises were all followed by big-ticket reforms. In fact, it's said that India only hits the reform button after the economy has first hit the panic button in a crisis. We don't react otherwise. Well, we are in a crisis again. I hope this government realizes that. Does this budget suggest that we will get the reforms this time as well? The second big budget challenge, of course, is this budget is in the face of the coming Lok Sabha elections in 2014. Was this an election budget? And does the challenge of elections and politics contradict the challenge of reforms? To answer these questions with us, we have a most amazing collection of brilliant minds. And these are not just theoretical brilliant minds. Each one of them have acted, implemented, and created jobs and assets that have built the new India. This is the new India that we look forward to and look towards to get India back on a high growth path and get us out of poverty. With me to get answers and a perspective on this budget is my colleague, Shweta Rajpal Kohli. For me, the finest business journalist in India today. Mark my words. Let me just start with Arun Shourie. Two challenges. Boost the economy, get it out of this gloom and slow growth, and elections. Has he done a good balancing job, or has he failed in both?
Well, no, I wouldn't say failed or anything, but as you can see the reactions, initial reactions, there was, he himself acknowledged that the problem has not been the lack of a provision or of expenditure or of a particular tax, but the return of uncertainty among investors. And I would be surprised if investors now feel reassured on that count. There's only one announcement which said something definite to reassure them, and that is that on GAR, he is now going to incorporate the things which he has done, which he has announced, which were very good things in the last 2-3 months. But other than that, for instance, on the arbitrariness of tax administration, all he has been able to assure is another commission. Similarly, on boosting, you rightly said that he has listed a number of things on infrastructure. They are not new things, including connectivity in the Northeast, for instance, is a proposal for a long time, including ADB's interest in this matter. The one thing that I was asking Sumant just now about the manufacturing sector is this allowance for companies that are going to invest more than 100 crores in plant and machinery.
Right.
But other than that, it's really, you have to look very far to see what is it that is actually boosting and attending to the problem which he has himself identified in regard to confidence and to outlays, or which should boost manufacturing. I would have thought, for instance, that instead of this Dhobi list, if he could have spelled out policies, defense production to be opened up to the private sector. Anthony was talking about it, no mention in the budget.